The purpose of these Oddities videos is to criticise or review the game, to provide some parody or satire about the players, the umpires and the game in general. I just hope that you guys enjoy this content. Please leave a like and subscribe. Let's get to it. The game's already done, but somehow Harry McKay absolutely stuffs this goal here.
So let's just play this out. That's pretty hard actually.
As I'm sure we're all aware now, Florent has a chance to win the game here for the Swans. He takes a kick from about 45 metres out on a pretty tight angle, and it looks like he has absolutely flushed it. But Elliot says no, against his old team mind you. Was this the right call from the umpire? Was Dan Houston under enough pressure to force the rush behind? I think this is actually the right call by the umpire here.
Well, he's claiming the player's inside 9. Umpire saying you weren't under pressure.
Straight to him. On the line. One back on.
Lingy, your thought?
Medium pressure is 3 to 5 metres. Not the goal square. Yeah. More than 3 to 5.
Brad Close ever so slightly taps the ball back inside so Jeremy Cameron can kick the ball inside at the top of the goal square. This leads to a very much needed Geelong goal. In this sequence of play, it looks like the umpire has put the whistle away. I reckon I count 4, maybe even 5 throws here, and the umpire doesn't even pay a single one. Adam Cerra's tackle on LDU is pretty awesome. He's just got to be careful that he doesn't slam him on his head.
Can high at some point here. Just slightly earlier than that.
Mihocek takes an awesome grab here and then proceeds to absolutely hit the wrong side of the ball and just shank it completely.
On their goal kicking in each of the last 3 years. To get it under 30 points. Hits the wrong side of the footy.
Zuurhar takes a pretty easy mark on the lead. The game's not entirely over at this point, but the Kangaroos' inaccuracy in front of goal cost them big time, and this one doesn't even go through for a point. Cameron fakes him out with a wicked little step, and then at the end he says too small.
They go inside 50. McInerney was at Hipwood. It's Hipwood. Cameron, what about that for a step? Have you ever seen anything like that?
It takes 4 GWS forwards to kick her behind here, and Jesse Hogan is absolutely livid with them. I don't know, man. Maybe do something a little bit better instead of standing there waiting for the ball. Harry McKay goes for the check side banana and misses it completely. Just did not even put enough spin on it. Went out of bounds on the full easily.
To try and bend this through. The banana doesn't bend enough. So still 3 goals.
Jackson Mead takes a kick from 50 metres out and it looks like he kicks it true. They go to a score review and the umpires somehow don't find enough evidence to overturn this. When I was watching this one at home, I thought this was a clear goal.
Score review. Umpire's call is touched behind. Please confirm.
Robbie Fox on the line.
How brave was this from Billy Frampton? He could have got totally cleaned up here. Glad he didn't get knocked out or anything, but this was very brave but also very risky.
Brisbane at this end seems to be better. And that's the commitment from Hipwood there was fantastic.
That's how to respond to all the talk during the week.
Isaac Heeney also lines up for a goal and he too shanks the kick.
As Sydney look to take control again, but he's got that one all wrong.
This time the shank is provided to you by Jack Silvangi.
Jack Silvangi feels like an important kick. The famous number 1 at the Blues has pushed it. Might be a score, but it will be a mark to the 10 match. McKay bends it through.
We're sharing it around this week. Now it's Jamie Elliott's turn to shank the kick, but to be fair, this one he was going for distance.
50 or even 51. Inside left goal post, you would think from there. And that is not going to get it done.
Jeremy Cameron seems to have avoided any sort of injury or fine here after he collides with the boundary umpire. Looks to me like this was an innocent mistake. Nothing to see here.
And they almost collided heads, and incredibly apologetic, and both umpire and player looking after each other.
Tell you what, the umpire's got to be pumped about that. He's run back to his spot and
Lloyd Meek has absolutely crossed up Gary Rowan here. Gary Rowan falls to the ground. I think he might have been putting it on a little bit, but Lloyd Meek got him. Scott Lycett is going for a drop punt, but somehow check side kicks the ball out of bounds. This is really odd, this one.
These port forwards are going to be a chance, or a ruckman drifting forward like this.
Way right, misses the lot.
McKay drops the ball so he could get around the defender. He almost stuffs it up, but he eventually kicks the check side goal. I could imagine the coach would be absolutely livid if he stuffed this one up. You can see Nick Daicos hesitate here. He doesn't know if he's going to pass or go for the goal. He eventually decides to kick towards goal and he shanks it.
I reckon you could tell he's in two minds. Do I take the set shot, or do I keep going here?
Time to have a rest, boys. It's Noodles time.
Chopsticks and noodles. What is that, Hodgie? Beats them all, Hodgie.
After Paddy, McCartin and Tom Marshall are going for the ball, Paddy McCartin slightly hits his head on the ground and somehow knocks himself out. I feel like this might be the very last time we see Paddy McCartin play AFL footy. Very sad to see. After Rankin kicks a goal here, he celebrates with Tex Walker, and I don't know what the hell this is.
Already got one this afternoon. He's on fire early in the season, and he loves it in the Crows jumper. He's got his second.
Well, it's a great pickup. Hot shoe shuffle as well. It's a new celebration.
I'd love to see more goals like this from Rayner. He just absolutely bursts through the pack, clears a couple pies, and then kicks a goal from just inside the 50. If he could do this more consistently, he would be a top 10, possibly even top 5 forward. Just Mason Redman doing Mason Redman things here.
Calamitous. And that one's gone through. Ward capitalises on the error.
Taylor Walker loses his defender and then has an easy mark and then set shot in front of goal, but wait, he drops the absolute sitter.
To Walker. Oh, it slipped straight through his fingers. Well, Rashino said there's a little bit of rain.
As soon as we know more.
Over to you, Todd Marshall, for this shank. I don't think he was going for distance here. I think he just hit it on the wrong side of the boot and it goes out of bounds on the fall. I don't think there's a defensive player of the year or goal save of the year, but Tom Doedee is in the front running for this one, absolutely. Watch this scorpion kick, saves a goal.
A mid-air hack.
He loves it.
What a grin.
highlights reel.
Well, his dad is Dutch, which is where Doedee comes from. That's something a Dutch soccer player would do, surely.
After Van Rooyen takes a mark, he gets the free kick, and the umpire's pee in the whistle has absolutely gone nuts.
Open options everywhere. He knew Van Rooyen was in the square, and he takes the mark. We'll do a false start with the whistle, but the Demons will get the footy.
He's playing the